Hey folks, this is Jake Davis with an on-the-fly review for you. And today, I'm talking about The Wife, released last year, directed by Bjorn Runge, and starring Glenn Close, Jonathan Pryce, Christian Slater, Annie Maud Stark, and Harry Lloyd, also Matt Symes. Interesting film. I really only watched this movie because it's nominated for Oscars. And I really sat down with the kind of attitude. I saw the running time was an hour and 40 minutes. I was like, okay, 100 minutes. You have 100 minutes to give me a good movie, and they did. The whole setup here is Jonathan Pryce is an acclaimed author. And Glenn Close is his adoring, loyal wife, and the film picks up like moments before he is informed that he's accepting the Nobel Prize for literature, and they set off to Stockholm to celebrate the event, the proceedings, ceremonies. And while they're there, a young writer, well, compared to them, young writer played by Christian Slater, who they believe is an aspiring biographer, starts to plant these seeds of speculation that Glenn Close is actually the author behind all of these, decades, 40 years nearly, of great literature. So, and the story goes from there. Now, I don't really want to give away too much, but the trailer does. So I don't know if it really matters if I give away anything, if the trailer of the whole movie gives away its fucking ending. But, yeah, it's, she's his ghostwriter. And while he may have, maybe his culture, his family, his life, his story, it's her writing. It's a fascinating film. As far as just, this is a feminist story, and in a good way. It's very interesting, much like the movie Wild from a few years ago. People really criticized the Disney Star Wars movies, and especially the Ghostbusters remake, for being for making these things that were already universally beloved, and trying overhandedly to make them a chick thing. Why you got to go build these other great stories, these great stories for women? Why? That's a fair criticism. Why is there the need to try to anchor onto something that's already there when there's always a demand for something new? People always want to see something new. Look at, and even recently, films like Gravity were amazing, and franchises like Twilight and The Hunger Games, they made a shitload of money and had several sequels. And those were girl stories. And Wonder Woman was a huge hit and a great movie. So yeah, I really think there's a far stronger argument to be made that to just tell a new story and put something out there. And that's what this does. Yeah, I was just kind of captivated by this film. It was really, really well made. Intricate, layered, fascinating characters, and excellent performances from everybody. Jonathan Pryce, man, he's never going to get nominated for an Oscar. He's never going to get nominated. He's such an unappreciated actor. I first noticed him when I was a kid in Something Wicked This Way Comes. He was so good in that. And he was good in Glengarry Glen Ross. He was good in the Pirates films. He just is an actor that doesn't really seem to get much respect, even though he's been around for decades and has always been so competent. But with this part, he has such a charismatic, flashy role. He's so great in it. I mean, he is great in this role. But of course, it's Glenn who's getting all the talk, and I won't criticize that because the fact of the matter is, if it wasn't for her being nominated for an Oscar and getting all this praise for her performance, a lot of people wouldn't even know this movie existed. She's excellent in it. A very restrained, patient, calm performance. And I gotta say, I believe she's 71 years old, and this being her 7th Oscar nomination, for the Academy to wake her up and drag her out and parade her around, just to not give it to her again, especially if they're gonna give it to a pop star like Lady Gaga. I loved Lady Gaga in A Star Is Born's terrific performance, but on legacy standards alone, I think we should give it to Glenn Close. So yeah, I thought this was a compelling film, a pleasant surprise, intricate, intriguing characters, and magnificent, charismatic, enthusiastic performances. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I'm gonna give this movie 5 stars. I think The Wife is an exceptional film. I was really kind of blown away by it. And also one more thing I want to say. It had just this fascinating approach to where the Nobel Prize ceremony takes place in 1992, and we're also cutting back to between 1958 to 1962 of their relationship blossoming. And I kind of like this feeling of a period movie in 2 different periods. Kind of what I thought they were going to do with it, but what they did with it was amazing in its own right. And one more thing, Harry Lloyd is excellent in this. He played Khaleesi's brother in the first season of Game of Thrones. He didn't make it to season 2. No, he took his crown and went home. And Annie Maud Stark plays a young Glenn Close, which is, while I'm watching her in it, I'm just thinking, wow, who is this actress? She's just nailing it here. She's just absolutely capturing the demeanor and the rhythmics of Glenn Close's. Oh, it's her daughter. Oh, that makes sense. But yeah, it's I like this movie. They did a good job. It was a really pleasant surprise, I gotta say. And I know I'm posting this video late, but this is my Friday. I've been working 10-hour days all weekend. Anyhow, get involved. The Wife, that movie, I just watched 5 stars. It's a good movie. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.